How's it going, friends? I'm your friend Carlos. Today, we're going to install some tube lights. They're usually known as fluorescent lamps. This type of lamp originally needs a little device called a ballast. Sometimes, that ballast burns out. And, well, if it burns out, then none of the fluorescent tubes in the lights can work anymore. So, you have an option to fix this. You can get the model number of that ballast and order it. Then, you remove the old part and put in the new one. But they're still running on fluorescent tubes. Now, if you want to convert this type of light to LED, we can do it as follows, by using LED tubes. They're still going to be tubes, but now, they'll be LED based and will definitely be brighter. And there's a process you have to follow. There are different types of lights for fluorescent fixtures. This one I have here, I was about to throw it away, but I thought, well, I'll make a video. I already cut some wires and threw away a few parts, but you'll understand what I'm doing when you see what I'm showing. And this type of light uses tubes like this one, and this is 48 inches long. And if you're going to convert from fluorescent to LED, make sure it says direct wire. It converts T8 fixtures to voltage or line power. And here you can see it says, installs without a ballast. Because I went to the store and made the mistake of buying some fluorescent tubes and they didn't work for me. But that was because I didn't read the instructions on the box. It said that it needed a ballast. So, I had to go back, return it, and buy the correct lights. Normally, each box comes with its own instructions. And here I see that it needs a 1 amp fuse. And so, I didn't expect that I was going to need that. So I had to buy a fuse and the little plastic holder where the fuse goes. And I'm going to show it to you right now and we'll get started. This type of box for the lights is the kind that goes installed in the ceiling when the ceiling is a drop ceiling and they put in panels like drywall or sheetrock, and it looks something like this. Like I said, I had already cut the wires because I was about to throw this away. Here the wires come out, the line wires, the phase and neutral. This yellow wire is the neutral for the lights that are going to go here. This is the ballast, and this bunch of wires comes and connects to these sides where the sockets for the bulbs will be. Like I said, I had already cut it, right? So, let's say, I cut this. They're cut, right? Then I cut the neutral. Then, over here, these are the line wires for the ballast, but also, we're not going to need it. So, this ballast, if you want, you can leave it there, because from what I understand, if you remove that ballast, you have to figure out how you're going to dispose of it, since you can't just throw it in the trash can. So, to avoid that problem, it's better to just leave it connected. These wires are the neutral wires. These wires are the phase wires. And now I'll tell you what we're going to do. Well, I hope this close-up, where you can see all the light, is enough for you to see what I'm doing. These are the wires that we're going to need. They're going to be joined together and we're going to, with our pliers, we're going to twist them like this. And these yellow wires here, which are going to be the neutrals, we also connect them together. And friends, don't go by the colors I'm showing, because I've seen that in some other lamps the wires have different colors. Always keep in mind that one side will be neutral and the other side will be the phase. The phase side is the one that has more wires. If you like this video on how to convert a fluorescent lamp into an LED lamp, if you want to give it a thumbs up and hit the notification button so you can subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, because that helps this channel grow. The fuse I was telling you about is this one. This is the fuse. It says 1A, which means 1 amp. And basically, this is going to make it so that if there's suddenly a power surge, all your lamps won't burn out. Before that happens, the fuse will blow, and that way you'll avoid having to buy new lamps, because LED lamps are expensive. This is a demonstration of the possibility you have to convert your fluorescent lamp to LED. What I can tell you is that LED lamps are more efficient. What we're going to do is, we're going to take our line wires and we're going to connect one part here with our wire nut, and we grab the phase line wire that goes into this lamp. We put them together. Now we're going to take the neutral wires and connect them with the neutral wire from the cable that goes into this lamp. So, now we have it here, right? The neutral goes into this lamp, and the neutral that belongs to where the bulbs are connected. Normally, there's a middle part here. The wires are stored inside, and it's covered up. And you have to do this with the switch, the breaker, turned off. Never do this with the power on, okay? So, let's put in the bulbs. I'm just going to put in one to see if it works, to check if it's functioning. These are our LED lamps. They're different. Here's the technical information about this lamp. Here's more information. This type of lamp is called a retrofit. Remember the name, retrofit, which refers to the ones you can install directly without needing a ballast like the one here. There's a sticker that comes with the box that says this lamp has been modified, this lamp. Let's remove the backing and put that sticker on there. This is so that if someone else comes in the future and wants to start changing those light tubes, they don't put in fluorescent tubes because they're not fluorescent anymore. At this point, we've converted them to LED. That's why the sticker needs to be applied. This box comes with two, so we'll stick both of them on. So why throw one away, right? Let's make the most of it. If there are two, we'll use both. Now we're going to put in the bulb. It has these little notches here, and it goes in, then you have to twist it so it locks in place. We're going to put it in there. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to get them in. In those spaces, there, it went in. Let's give it a turn. There we go. Now what we're going to do is plug in the light and flip the switch. And I haven't done a test before this, so whatever happens, happens. Whether it turns on or not. If it doesn't turn on, we'll have to investigate, and we'll do it together so I can show you what I'm doing. Let's plug in the light and flip the switch. Ta-da! It did turn on, which means this thing I'm showing you is working. I've noticed that some people don't install the fuse, but honestly, if the instructions tell you to put in a fuse, let's put it in. What I'm doing here, if you look it up online, you won't find all the complete information about everything you need to know. First, it'll be hard to find anywhere that tells you to install a fuse. The other thing is what kind of lamps to buy. They have to be retrofit, direct wire. There are some that say replacement. Those are usually for fluorescent lamps. It has to say in the instructions that it doesn't need a ballast. This is the ballast. So basically, this ballast is disconnected. We're not using it. Now we're using this new efficient system called LED. Friends, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share. Alright, I'm your friend Carlos from Si Puedes También, and I'll see you next time.